Well,
Anyway, welcome
make
to
you
the
a
goddamn
bandit.
show. We're the Defenders of Kobold, and despite my shitty internet connection, we're gonna play some Shadowrun. Hopefully, maybe.
What matters is we'll have a good time.
Yeah,
Oh, will we?
I think so. So yeah, we're in the middle of a run right now. You've been paid to sneak into a business called Pop Data Solutions to steal some data. Is that correct? That's right. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Ew.
I even wrote a little character introduction for this episode that sort of covers that.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
There's been 3 fucking prompts from goddamn. Yeah. Let me double check.
Stream Elements is panicking.
What's that?
Stream Elements is panicking.
Oh yeah, they're just kicked off again. If you're in the Discord, sorry for all the prompts. It's not my fault.
Hey, we're live.
But yeah, we're gonna go through and do introductions and everything. So you'll get your chance to do your introduction here in a second, Jake.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you were hired. This dude named Geralt is got a new job for Shiawassee. His old joint, Pop Data Solutions, is claiming you violated a non-compete and threatening to release some sensitive shit. So you got to go in, steal his current HR data from their HR server, swap it out with some dummy data, and then get into his old office and steal some data that he had on his old workstation. We did a lot of legwork last session, and I think we're pretty much ready to start the run proper. But before we do that, we're going to do some introductions. Alex is out tonight. You know, his eyeball revolted and said don't work, so he can't play, which sucks. But let's just move on. So, Dan, who are you, and who the fuck are you playing?
Dan, I'm playing Sed, our hacker Decker, and we did okay last time, so we'll see if I can keep that up.
Okay.
We got a little back door into the system and can manipulate the information, and we'll see what happens.
There you go. All right, moving on over. We got us a Jake.
Seattle, Washington, home of data collection company Pop Data Solutions. Its owner, Cynthia Hightree, is known to hobnob in community circles, and her staff is small but talented. Talented enough to get poached by Neo Tokyo's own Shiawassee Corporation. Talented enough to be targeted by plain Jane corporate espionage. Talented enough to have its CEO maintain a respectable public image and have nothing known of her personal life. The Pop Data Security is managed by a subsidiary of Ares doesn't help settle my curiosity. Granted, I'm not being paid to settle it, but then if I wasn't a fool for sticking my nose in other people's business, I might still be with the Seattle Police Department. But as it stands, I'm Harlthot Gordrum, private investigator, and one of the biggest damn fools in Seattle.
Very cool. All right, kicking us on over.
One moment.
What'd you do?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I thought that was like, hold on, the stream is playing random porn or some shit. But no, Dan's just got to do something. Anyway, moving on down, we got us a Joe.
Hi, I'm a Joe. I am playing Rianu Silvertub, the halfling street samurai that may or may not look exactly like Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
Of course, he doesn't look like Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves isn't a halfling.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a halfling with Keanu Reeves' head.
All right, I can handle that. And last but not least, we got a
That's me.
Tyler.
I am playing Bugsy, a rigger, our rigger.
That's highly accurate.
Yeah. That's it. I don't have any grand introductions.
Okay. Yeah, Sammy, it's the law. You now need to do that. Yeah, you have to start smoking every time Jake does a character introduction.
I mean, he's got the
Um,
black and white background already.
Yeah, he does. He's very,
Absolutely.
you know.
I just
I
don't
thought you
have
were
a
talking to
hat.
me, Tyler, and I'm like, oh my.
Yeah.
All right. So we got our introductions out of the way. Why don't you all walk me through some of the prep that you did last session?
I got a street junkie almost killed by testing their on-site response time. I paid him to throw a rock through a door. Well, I said a window, I think, but he chose the door.
Yeah, he went through the
And-
front door.
Well, he was going to go through a window, but he's like, they're too high. You want me to throw it at the door? And you're like, yeah, sure. And he did. Things escalated from there.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
got his crap kicked in.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. That was my main contribution to
It really
the
was.
night.
It really was. Let's see. What else did you do? So Dan and Tyler, I'm sorry, Bugsy and Ced worked together. They got a really cheap comm link. Then Bugsy rigged it up to work as, look like a portable data device that you could plug into a terminal. And you did some, what do they call that? Social engineering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we used some human intelligence to get into
Yeah.
their digital intelligence.
Grim contacted his contact, Miss Sourpiss, to get an employee list. And you found an employee who looked gullible enough, who loved baking in their personal time. So you loaded this data disk up with recipes and like all sorts of enticing things. And you labeled it as like recipes. And sure enough, she plugged it in and it loaded the comm link. Someone is at my door and the dogs are very angry about it. I bet it's the teenager. Those goddamn teenagers.
It's always the teenagers.
Anyway, so according to my notes, you also have horse tranquilizers, enough to kill a person. I'm not sure where you were going with that, but you do have them.
I think we were going to grind him up and put him in his coffee.
Yeah, you have to figure out how
Because
to.
there's one lone security guard that's managing their
Yeah.
their camera
Front desk,
systems.
yeah. So yeah, and also you did get their security negated. So the way their security system works is it all feeds to a terminal at the front desk that the security guard monitors, and then it also sends a live feedback to the main security company who also monitor it. So what Ced did is tied into that, got like an hour or so loop recording, and is just feeding the entire security system back on that loop to the company. So now the company will have absolutely no idea if anything happens because they're going to get the A is okay signal from them. So I'm going to let you all take over. Hopefully Ced will be back momentarily. I'm going to guess it's an issue with a small person who lives in his house and doesn't want to go to bed, because that's usually what happens.
Could very well be.
All right. You all start talking.
We were like, we already time jumped to the day of our infiltration thing, right?
Yeah. You've got all your information.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I know our plan was that we were going to wait until it was nighttime, so there was just the one guard. And I've got Ghost in the Shell-esque suit to turn invisible.
Yeah.
And I think we were hoping I could just go through the front door because it's still broken, probably.
Well, when the guy shot the front door, or threw the rock in the front door, security grating slid over it, blocking it off.
Oh, okay.
So
it had like a drop. Like,
yeah, and it's also been It's been like a full day, so I would imagine during that day they probably had someone come out and replace the glass. But
Okay.
But we do know that we can
through-
access the roof from an adjacent building, which is higher up.
Yeah, we could do that. Right. And then I've got like the grappling hook with the wire and all that. That's an option too. Throughout our watching of the complex throughout the night, did anyone ever like step outside for like a smoke break or anything like that?
No.
Okay. All right. We did see that there was roof access though, right? Because we saw that there was like we saw that there were like AC units and things up there with like a door that you probably need to get up to them.
On the blueprints that I think it said I don't remember who pulled those blueprints. You could see that the roof is mainly mechanical, and there is an entrance, a door on the roof leading into the building.
Okay. And then we would have control over whether or not that would trigger security from what he did already, right?
So from what Zer0 did is just stopped the security feed from going back to the company.
But he didn't necessarily disable it triggering internally.
Right.
Okay.
So the one guy might know that we're coming.
Unless, you had someone who was good at, mechanical stuff who could maybe do something about security on a door.
I mean,
yeah.
You sound so sure about that.
Finding a way to get that door open without triggering something, because I imagine they've probably got something that triggers if that door opens on the roof. So
are we gonna try and get Joe in on the roof
I think that'd be good.
Get on the roof?
Yep. Yeah, because my goal is basically being invisible
right?
as much as I possibly can, and then getting those crushed up pills mixed inside of his drink, and then hoping that he drinks it.
Then
waiting. That'll give me time to like plug our drives and comm links in and get all the data we need.
Okay.
Are there cameras on the roof? Like if we even like step up there, would we get?
I would say, trying to remember what Zer0 pulled from that, because Zer0 did have a live feed for a little bit. In Dan's absence, I'm just going to say yes.
Okay. So.
But he has control over the cameras, right?
Yeah,
so
but if the guard is at his desk and sees something fishy going on.
I thought he had like a loop that he could.
He did, but that's what's going out.
The guard.
I think we'll need to wait for. I don't remember, so until Dan gets back, that's what I'm going with.
Yeah, now, I thought he'd only set it up on the outbound.
I thought the cameras were good for both internal and outgoing, and then the alarms were suppressed outgoing.
Well, here's the man with the answer right here.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. We were taking bets that it was a little person.
It's almost like that.
Oh, okay.
Instead, it's a little mouse.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Our video output is at, well, now it's at 0. It was at 99.
At least I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So
yeah,
here I had to say that I thought we solved our issues. And
is that a good number or a bad number?
Oh, no, it's a terrible number. 99 out of 6,000.
Oh,
jeez.
Is the stream even working?
It's just loading for me now.
It's coming back and forth.
I mean, worst case, I can throw like a chroma keyed zoom over what I see. And
I mean, the overlay I've got is just one image.
Yeah.
Just drop the image, do some quick grabs. All right. It's showing we're back. My output is now at 2,000. No, now it's at 50. Fucking Christ. I hate this so much. Y'all hacked the wrong system. We did, and it's all Dan's fault. I don't even think they can hear that. My output's garbage right now. All right. I'm sending you some files right now, Joe.
Okay.
You get your OBS file loaded up.
Do we want to switch just preemptively just so they see something and then I can like
Well, the problem
studio mode?
is I don't think. Like, what do you mean?
Like
Switch
I
to
mean
Joe's
I
stream.
could just I could switch early before I have it fixed and I can just have Zoom overlaid on top of
And then
Foundry
we just slowly fix it.
and then I can fix it in studio mode. But at least
Oh shit,
while we're
my
doing
output
that,
is at 10,000 right now.
Oh, we're
It
buttery
should
smooth
not
all
be
of a sudden.
doing that.
They're using maximum bandwidth.
All right. Well, Joe, just do.
Get prepared.
Yeah, how do you usually do it? Just do window capture for Zoom.
Yeah. I was just saying for quick, yeah.
But yeah, I
can
know
do
the
that.
problem is it won't let you start your stream till I end my stream.
I suppose you can prep the template, and then if it happens again, we just cut to yours.
Yeah. Yeah, if you just want to send me that, I'll
yeah.
start working on it.
There's the foreground. Let me find the background real quick. It's the Spectacular's 8-bit background. All right. You get those two loaded up. I'm sorry. There you go. Get those two loaded up.
Okay.
All right. We're going to keep playing while Joe's setting that up. So, Dan, questions for you. Hacking.
I thought we had it worked up so we could replay camera loops.
Right. We're trying to figure out, did you do it so it's replaying just for the outgoing to the security company, or is it also doing that at the security desk?
I thought it was both since I had a boatload of successes.
Oh, shit, you did. Okay.
You
Then
did
that's
get, like,
what we'll
4 or
go
5
with then. Yeah.
successes.
So, Dan, you can throw, or I'm sorry, Sed, you can throw the switch and the security system will be on that closed loop, which means that technically I think you could slide over and open the door without setting anything off or being seen.
That'd be ideal.
Yeah.
Let's flip the dip switch and
All
start
right.
the hacking.
You
Switch
pop
them
it
dips.
over.
Like people use dip switches in the future.
Probably. It's 1980s version of the future.
It's retro, so it's cool again. And I know that we had masked all alerts coming out as
Yeah,
well.
I knew
Yeah.
we'd done that.
All right.
So even if we fudge up, worst case, a guy with a gun gets alerted.
Okay. All right.
That's
so yeah,
so dumb
there's our
dumb.
answer. Dan or Sed flips the switch. The security system, both internally and externally, is on a loop, which means that you don't have to continue with any building security, at least in an electronic format.
Physical security, another problem entirely.
Mhm. Are we able to access that door and see if the door on the roof has anything on it that can be disabled?
How would you get there?
Is that, I mean, are we able to see it? Because we have a bug on the network right now, right?
Yeah, Dan still got, or Sed still has his backdoor
access
connection
to it.
into the general network.
Okay. And is there no physical security connected to it from what you can see?
I think you mean are the doors on that network or not?
The
Yeah.
the door does have a security. You would have picked this up from your previous hacking attempt there, Said. So yeah, the door does have security. Whether or not it's got a physical lock, probably, but its locking mechanism is not electronic.
Okay.
At least from what you're seeing there, Said.
Okay. We can at least disable alerts coming off of it if we need, and then has anybody got the skills of door opening?
I have a lockpick set.
That sounds like a volunteer to me.
That would
Might as
definitely.
well. I'll have my
Stuff
breaking and
and-
entering gear with me.
Mm-hmm. Do you have AR gloves?
A chameleon suit? I don't have AR gloves.
I do.
Or I don't know if AR glove. There's gloves that you need to use this grapple wire.
Oh, God, what are they called? Repelling gloves. Yeah, I've got those.
Okay, cool.
I sure don't.
I've also got my own grapple gun with standard rope, just in case.
Okay. I've got the micro wire that's not really visible. So if you've got the repelling gloves, then yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
So what is the building? Is there like general access to the building that's next to this?
It looks like an apartment complex
Okay.
that's next to it. But as you kind of move up and look at it, the front door, it's one of those, you either have to punch in a code or you have to have someone buzz you in.
There's a side door too. I don't know if we're all looking at the map. We got the.
Is there? I want to buy a burger from the burger place.
Okay.
Put it in a bag.
Yeah, get it to go.
And then buzz the little com and say, like, I just want to ask for a random room. Say, like, your food's here. Use my chameleon suit. Wait till they open the door, grab it, and then go inside.
Okay. Krill burgers. That's right.
And I'll put on my chameleon suit and do likewise.
Okay. So yeah, Dan, I think you asked, there is a back door to the building you're going into. Joe's plan, or I'm sorry, Rianu's plan is to go into the apartment building next door, go up to the higher roof, and then zip line onto the roof of Pop Data.
Okay.
I guess we could just use the grapple gun to get on top of the roof.
I don't know that
Oh, yeah.
I want to climb.
But hey, now we have a free hamburger.
But I want to do this. This sounds more fun.
I mean, I'm nervous about zip lining, let alone climbing.
Yeah.
And my rope's only
I
200
mean, this is
feet
less
anyway.
climbing checks. We would only need to climb down, which I would imagine is a lot easier to do from the other roof.
At least if you
But-
climbing down, you just take damage if you fail, right?
I just like going indoors. They're already on
Yeah.
the ground.
So
Listen, I'm just gonna wait until the door opens and they're done poisoning the guy.
Yeah, that works.
yeah,
And
they
this
still
is
have
like a burger at the apartment complex, not
Okay.
at the,
Yeah, you go get a to-go burger. You take it over to the apartment complex.
Mhm. I set it like on the ground far enough that they would have to open the door and like step out to get it, not just
You-
like right inside the door.
Push the button, it buzzes. What do you want?
Food's here.
Food. I didn't order any food.
It's your address, and I'll like say the address of the building.
Yeah, but what apartment number?
How many floors are there?
4.
I mean, wouldn't it be on the number you buzzed?
What?
But is it just like a general?
No,
number?
it's like one of those big panels that's got the different. It's just got last names
Oh,
on little.
Oh, okay. It doesn't have a number for it.
Yeah.
guess 401.
Well, you could guess by like which number it's on and which row it's in, maybe.
If you want to give me an observation test, see if you can sort
Yeah,
that out.
I'll do that. What would observe? I forget what this changes to.
It's under
Observation is
empathy,
The
empathy.
fourth
and
one
it's
under
the fourth
Animal
one under
handling?
empathy. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. One success.
Through for me. It didn't go through on the stream. Did anyone else see that roll come
I
through?
see it.
I mean,
Animal
I
handling
see it in the
push,
game,
one
but not
success.
on the stream.
Yeah. So you guess it and you say, it looks like 302. Oh shit, that's me. Is it already paid
I'm just
for?
gonna leave the food here, and yeah, it was already paid for.
Yeah.
Paid online, and I'm just gonna leave it here.
All right, cool. I'll be
Bye.
right down.
Thanks for ordering, and then I'll like leave it there. I'll have the bag, but I'll like set it nicely, kind of close to the curb-ish.
Cool.
Is this like one of those doors that's got like the gas cylinder in it, so even when it opens, it takes like a second to
Yeah.
close? Okay,
Oh,
sweet.
perfect.
Put it on the ground where
Yeah.
he has to like knock it over to open the door.
Well, so I'm putting it like far enough away from the door that he has to walk all the way out of the building to grab it.
Okay.
So
Few minutes later, troll in a robe opens up, looks around, sees the bag, grabs it, turns around and goes back in. Now you got your chameleon suit. He's not a
Yep.
trained dude, so I'm not gonna have him roll to see if he notices you. So he just slips right back in, and you're able to move in behind him.
sweet.
So I believe that you and Harlthok are both now chameleoned up inside the
Yep.
apartment building.
Awesome. Yeah, well, I'll just wait till he like leaves the area. We'll just kind of sit in the lobby, have him walk by so we don't have to be quiet with our footsteps or anything.
Yeah.
And then once we hear his door close or wherever he goes, then we'll walk up and just try and get all the way up to the roof.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way up. Now as you're following the stairs, eventually you make it up to the exit to the roof. And it is padlocked.
Okay. You have lockpicks,
From the
right?
outside?
No, it's on your side. It's like to
Oh,
keep
okay,
the
yeah,
tenants
then I'll
from
go
getting
with-
up to the roof.
I was just wondering if I should go with my monofilament chainsaw or or my lockpick set.
Whatever you want to do,
I will
man.
go with the lockpicks.
All right,
I'll
give me a
go
sleight of
with
hand
Saw,
test.
chainsaw.
And I'll just watch, make sure
Okay.
no one's going, like no one's in the hallway or something.
Okay.
Scout.
Here we go. I'm
Ooh, do
pushing
you want to
that.
push that? There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
not a problem. Yeah. You take a few minutes. It's one of those cheap, like, hardware store locks, so you really only have to hit one of the pins and it just pops right open. And you're all now on the roof. There's some equipment up here, air handling, AC units. But yeah, you can easily move over to the edge and you can see the roof of Pop Data. They've got way
Okay.
more in the way of cooling on their roof. Like you can see the big air conditioning units. If they're a data solutions place, it's probably for their server farm that they've
server.
got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. I guess I will fire my grappling hook over and try and get it secured.
Yeah.
And then razor wire over.
All right.
I think I'll go first just because I weigh less on it. And then I'll make sure the grappling hook's like in a stable enough place that Jake's able to come over after me.
Sure. I will want a might test. You launch your grappling hook down. It bites hard into the steel of one of these air conditioning units. So yeah, give me a might test.
Might.
Yeah.
Cool. One pass.
One pass. That's all you need. You slide on down. You confirm that it's hooked in there good. Harlthok, if you're slipping down, you need to give me the same thing.
Alrighty, mic test. Here we go. Oh boy.
Oop.
Yep. Time to push it. Oh boy.
Oh.
You take 1 point of damage to strength. It'll apply that automatically. As you slide down this thing, your grip gives a little bit and you drop a little too far on the rope and you collide with the side of the building. You don't fall, but you hit hard kind of on the brick lip of this building. I'm gonna roll an attack against you for the building. Base damage is
Got
going to be
attacked by a
1.
building.
No successes, so you don't take any damage from it though. Just the one from pushing.
Okay. Well, my ego's bruised.
Yeah.
I
But
didn't
with,
realize you were rolling that as a success test. I thought you were just, this is like a fucking brutal building dealing 10 damage.
10 damage.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Insta killed.
Nope, just a success test. All right. So yeah. Rihanna, you help pull Harlthok up, and the two of you are on the building, or on the roof
Awesome.
of Pop Data.
Okay. I'll,
Couldn't see the goddamn thing. Microfilm.
yeah. Since I've got the like razor wire, whatever, or the micro wire, I'll leave that connected because it's not invisible.
Okay.
Um,
Hey,
And
thanks for
then-
that follow there, Master Mushin.
Hey.
I'll
Anyway.
put my ear against the hatch and see if I hear anybody like coming to investigate that noise for a little bit, while Jake's getting his lockpicks.
Yeah,
out.
just give me an observation test.
Okay.
Okay.
One success.
Take a success. You don't take any empathy damage from that. Yeah, you listen for a few. No sound of anything.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll just wait for Jake to do his thing and see if he can pop this door open.
I will go for this sleight of hand with lockpicks here. Ugh. Push.
Good enough.
There we go.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, not a problem. You pop that lock. This is definitely a higher quality lock. It's, you know, it's a lock in the door itself, not like a padlock. But you spend a few minutes, get through a few spools, and eventually you pop the door open. And you're looking down into what looks like a very much like a maintenance style stairway with the metal mesh stairs going down. Let's see, and this will take you down into the second floor on the east side of the building. So if you're looking at the map, the people on stream, let me get you the map. We'll be on the second floor. There we go. So what's listed as stairwell 202. So what's the plan? You can also continue taking this down. You do have the maps, and this would take you not clear down to the basement. To get to the basement, you'd have to take it down to first floor and then cut across first floor
You should
lobby.
let the rest of us in.
Yeah, you should let the rest of us in.
So
Yeah.
just tell me what you're doing.
My goal was to go to the guard first and drug him as soon as possible, just to get him knocked out. And
Uh-oh.
from there, that'll buy us time.
Never mind, it was me.
All right. So Joe, Jake, the two of you are in the stairwell between the roof access and second floor.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to move because we knew the guard was on the first floor.
Guard is in the
So that's basic.
yeah, security booth on the first floor. Pretty much his security, you know, the little desk he's at is right where that CR 101 is on the first floor map.
Okay.
And that's where we're going. And then we're gonna find out if there's like well, just a Mr. Coffee chilling out somewhere.
Yeah,
Really, with the late shift, he's got to have a pot of coffee.
I bet. It says stop streaming now instead of connecting. Looks like we're live.
Hey, I think we're back.
Good enough for today.
Good enough.
I can work with that. Hey everyone, we're back. All right, let's get back into it. So Joe,
All right.
I'm sorry, Harlthok and Bugsy, not Bugsy. Harlthok and Rianu. You two are in the stairwell.
Yep.
Walk me through what you're doing.
So we were just wanting to get down to the first floor. I guess. I mean, I was wanting to drug the guy as fast as possible. Harl could start working on lockpicking his way to the basement, I guess, too. We don't necessarily have to stay together.
That's true.
And because you got locks to pick, and then I've got a guy to drug. So,
And honestly,
our
since
goals,
we're both invisible, this will give us less of a chance of bumping into each other accidentally.
yeah, really. I haven't thought about that. Yeah, I've got the sub vocal mic, so we're probably just like, are you there? Okay. Yeah,
Stop
my goal is
heavy on our way
basically
to the
drug the
basement.
guy as fast as possible. As soon as he's taking it and he's out, then I'll be able to let anyone else in, and we'll do our thing, all of us, as fast as we can. And then we'll get out, close the door. I'll disconnect my grapple and all that, and we'll be done.
So you got your plan. Walk me through your let's do it.
Okay.
First things
So-
first, we get to the first floor.
All
Yeah.
right. You
So,
head on down the stairs. Now, as you're going by the door that opens up into second floor, you do hear, it sounds like there's someone moving around.
the second floor?
Second floor.
Okay. So this is like a stairwell that connects all of them, and we're
Stairwell-
we're passing the second floor, and we hear
Right.
somebody on the other
Yeah.
side of that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna sub vocal mic to Arl that I'm gonna put my ear to the door and listen, just so we don't bump into each other.
Sure.
And
Give me that
then-
observation.
Yeah, I want to observe. See if I can hear anything on the other side of this. Oh, sweet. 2 successes.
Oh, nice.
You hear someone moving around. You hear the sound of what sounds like a very quiet vacuum, and someone gently singing some oldies. Like that one happy song by Pharrell, and I don't know the words, or I'd sing it.
Okay.
Like a something, something, something clue. If you're happy. Sounds like there's a custodian in there cleaning.
All right. Was there
doing what
anything on the
custodian
second
do.
floor, or was that was the office of the guy was on the second floor, right?
Yeah.
That we needed to get into.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's more important that we get to the basement though first, and that I drug the guy first. So I'll keep that in mind, that there's a custodian up here. And we'll just move on down. I'm still heading towards the security guard
Okay.
first.
You make it down to the door opening up to the first floor.
Mhm.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to listen, see if I hear anybody on the other side of it.
I'll roll over that observation. You had 2 successes on that, so we're gonna roll that extra success over. You don't hear anything.
Okay. Then, so on the building plan, is this door visible from where the security office is?
From the security desk that he would be sitting at, yes.
Okay, so he'd be able to see if this door opened. Does it have a glass, because sometimes
It
they have,
does,
the
like one of
glass
those
thing
little
that you can look at?
security panes in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do I see him from this glass security pane?
You don't? No.
Okay. Do I see the desk?
You can see the back of the desk, and the chair is pushed out a couple feet and empty, kind of turned off to the side.
Okay. I guess I'm going to open the door and slide through as fast as I can. And so this stairwell keeps going to the basement?
No.
No. Okay. So we have to go somewhere else on the first
Right.
floor.
Yeah. If you look at the maps for the first floor, You're coming in stairwell 102, which leads up to the roof. Across the
Stairwell
main
101
lobby is stairwell 101, which is the stairwell that it takes you up to the second floor, but not to the roof, and clear down to the basement.
Okay. So is that one visible from the security desk?
They're both straight across from each other. Like
Okay.
straight across the lobby, you look out the door and you can see the other door to the stairwell
Okay.
straight across.
So,
Just a real quick heads up, Joe. If you can, maybe move the view of the stream down to like the floor plans.
oh yeah. Oh, it has my character sheet and stuff. If I pop this out, does that?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
I've got pop out turned on.
Okay. Cool. That's not on the overlay. There we go. That's more visible. Sweet.
That way,
should
maybe they can
interfere
see
with
what we're
anything.
talking about.
Give or take.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Now I can see too. I wasn't even looking at this. So.
So yeah, you're coming out the 102,
102. Okay.
and you can see the 101 across the way. And where the CR 101 is, that's the security desk. So when you're looking out, you can just see the very back of the security desk.
Okay. And so there's doors on these.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna say to Harl, like, do you want to sneak across the second floor where the janitor is, and then come down, like, because I'm gonna pop out this doorway, and then you don't have to pop out the other door, because you could just go across on the second floor and then hop down. And I'm sure he's probably not going to hear the door with you, with him vacuuming and singing and all that. So you could go back up the stairs, across the second, into that stairwell, all the way down to the basement and get started, and then I'll pop out in the first.
Has anybody got to let the
All
rest of us in?
I think the plan was
rid
to
of the guard
drug the
first.
guard first.
Yeah, I want to try and
Okay.
drug
Yeah.
the guard first, and then, yeah, because I don't want the guard to be awake when I'm trying to let everybody inside. But
All
yeah.
right.
just-
Yeah.
oh.
By then, hopefully, he'll have had a nice drink of some horse pills, and if not,
Yeah.
choke him out if you need to. Just make it
Okay.
fast.
Hey,
All
man,
right.
if we gotta shoot him. We gotta shoot him.
So Harlthok, you split off. I'll go ahead and roll me a move test because we're going to be doing stealthy stuff under move. But we'll come back and describe what happens to you based off that here in a little bit. Let's continue with Rianu.
Mhm.
What are you doing, man? You're at the door. You got the ground up horse pill or the 3 ground up horse tranquilizers.
Yeah. I want
Ow.
to stealth out, and then what was stealth in this one? Is it just move? Is stealth
Move. Yeah.
move? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stealth out of the store over to the desk and scan and see if he's got like coffee or any drink or anything like that.
He's got a big kind of metal water container. It's
Okay.
a drinking canteen.
Okay. Can still work. Yeah. Do I hear where he's at or see him once I walk out?
Give me an observation roll.
Okay.
It falls under that animal handling again.
I got 1.
As you're kind of stop listening, you hear the sound of a toilet flush.
Then I've got time then to unscrew the cap and
As long as he washes his hands, yeah.
I bet he doesn't.
Yeah, you pop the lid off, you dump the powder in, give it a little swirl, and you set it back down. It's about half full.
Okay.
Now what?
Now I wait for. Is there like a TV on or anything?
No. The only thing he's got here are all the displays and everything for the security feed, and you can see they're very clearly on a loop. Like when you look at the second floor, you don't see any sign of like the janitor that you heard in there. But yeah, no.
Okay. Does this water bottle have like a flip up, like to drink out of thing?
No, it's just the kind where you unscrew the top and then drink.
Okay. I guess I'll just wait and see if he takes a drink.
Okay, find somewhere to hide in the lobby.
Yeah. I'll hide somewhere and just kind of stand there because I'm invisible.
Okay.
So I'll stand somewhere where I don't have to move a lot. I can like rest against a wall and just wait for him to.
Okay, so let's cut over to Harlthok. You failed, and you did 3 points of damage to your agility.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Are you broken?
No.
Thank God.
Boy, that
You
would've
head
been-
back up to the first.
I
or
almost fell
second floor.
down the stairs.
It's going to be more entertaining than that.
Oh no.
You open the door, and sure enough, you see a custodian wearing street clothes with the little custodian button up over it, not buttoned at all. Just up there, he's got his little vacuum going. He's kind of jamming out, so he's got some music going, probably some kind of implant, dumping it directly into him. You slowly start moving across, and as you get maybe 3/4 of the way across, you're almost to him when a door to your left opens up. An office. Let me take a look at it. So you're coming across. It'll be door 202.
We told these people they could work late.
Opens up. An office worker, young looking kid, maybe in his 20s, walks up and just boom, collides right with you. Now you're invisible. He falls on his butt. The custodian, he punches a few buttons. Holy crap, Mike, are you okay? Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like I must have ran into the door frame or something. Like as he starts standing up, you're just kind of locked, standing there waiting, hoping that they don't realize you're there. He stands up, inches from you, and starts to move in your direction, just like he's walking out of the door. What do you do?
I'm going to try to hop with every last ounce of strength in my ankles directly to the side.
Okay.
Just with the ankles.
Just use them feet to.
Yeah.
You hear it, and there's a soft boom as you shift over. What the hell was that? So the two of them sit and ponder, just kind of chatting in the hallway. Mike's like, God, it really got me right in the nose. Like, I don't know I must have really hit the corner of the door.
Punch him in the face now.
So they hold you up for like 10 minutes before they finally break off into their separate ways, and you're able to finally sneak across and make it to the other side. You move down the stairs, and you're now peering out.
As I'm moving down the stairs, I'll go to my subdermal mic and say I bumped into a corporate rat working late. Damn near got caught, but everything's fine. On my way to the basement now.
Like as a figure of speech or literally?
Figure of speech, of course.
Good.
So
The corporate rats are quite terrifying. They have huge teeth,
Yeah.
carry diseases.
Rihanna, eventually
Oil.
this guard comes out.
Hmm.
This burly looking dude, this big 6-shooter strapped to his waist. Goes over, grabs his water bottle, sits down at his desk, kind of, looking over everything. Everything looks good. He takes a big gulp of it, checks the time. Well, I guess it's time for my rounds. I'm going to roll a test for this dude.
Okay. I'm gonna, as soon as he says that, I'm gonna like subvocal to.
Hang on that, because you got to remember, Harl was delayed by 10 minutes. So.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. It hits him. He fails. So he gets up. You can tell he's a little woozy right off the bat, but he turns and he starts walking right towards that CR 101 stairwell as Harlthok chimes in and finally says what Harlthok said, like ran into a corporate suit working late. Harlthok, as you're getting ready to reach for the door opens up, and here's this dude right in front of you.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna subvocal say that he's doing his rounds.
I am immediately going to get up against a wall, back to the wall.
Subvocal. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh shit.
Yeah. It's like, yep, I see him right now.
Okay. I would make you roll a move test, but I don't want us to fail that hard. So go ahead and roll me a move
On our
test.
trial run.
This is going to be fail forward.
Move test. Here we go.
That's what I
Oh,
thought.
boy.
Don't, you can push that if you want, but you might break yourself.
Yeah, I might very well.
You move out of the way, and you're watching as he goes up, and you can tell he's wobbling. He's a little bit. He's like, God, I need to get some caffeine in me. Like, and as you start kind of inching towards the door,
I probably should have checked if that was a lethal dosage of horse tranquilizers.
Nah, he's fine.
he kind of straightens up for a second and just falls backwards.
Oh god!
Don't let him hit his head on the floor.
And as he slides and falls and rolls down these stairs.
Oh no.
And his arm flails out and just catches you on the back of the knee. And you crumple. So now at the bottom of the stairway, now you can see Rianu. This door is partially open.
Mm-hmm.
You can see this guard rolled down the stairs, fell. You can see a little bit of blood. And you can see his leg is propped up, kind of weird, just almost floating in the air.
We're good at
I'm
our
gonna
jobs.
ask, are you under him?
Am I?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, great.
Like, help me carry him over into the room, and then
Yeah, I'll start doing a push up to get him off me.
Yeah.
Does he have any like loose clothing on him?
No, this is a dude who's very proud. So his shirt and everything's a few sizes too small to show off his muscles. He does have this big old kind of heavy flak jack, so you can easily grab a hold of that and drag him with that.
Okay. Well, I want to carry that. I want to move the flak jacket over. Oh, are you there still, Chuck?
Yep. Oh, Chuck looks like he's dead.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Here,
Oh no.
Oh, I
He
hear
said
him.
he's here.
He hasn't died yet.
no,
All right, just your video is not working.
just my video is not working. Let's keep going.
Okay. So yeah, I wanted to as fast as
So
I can.
real quick,
like,
what's
get
the
his
bit rate output?
the bitrate output of mine?
What's it showing?
At 3,000 about. Is it lagging on yours? Anybody?
It looks fine to me. The
Okay.
stream does.
The stream looks fine, yeah.
fuck.
Oh, there goes
Oh,
Chuck.
no.
That
Oh, no.
shifted all of us too. I am Chuck now.
I'm still
Uh,
me.
Somehow I'm still me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler, you're just gonna have to be Joe and yourself.
That's all right.
All right. So I'm gonna say we succeeded. We did the thing.
How many successes
Um,
did we get in a row? Oh my god.
It was all of them. All the
Yeah.
successes to be had.
We did it.
Let's see. I guess we can plan a little bit while Chuck's not here.
Yeah.
Because you guys can let us in.
Mhm.
We can try and get to the basement.
Yeah. So my goal right away is getting his. Oh, there he's back.
Oh,
I'm back.
Chuck.
Okay.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah. Did it reposition us where we should be? Sweet. Okay.
All right, nice.
All right, there we go.
I don't
So-
know what the fuck's going on with my internet.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, you grab them. You can pick them up, move them somewhere.
Okay. So, everything I want to do is I want to pull his jacket like up over his head so he's not bleeding on the ground as we drag him. And
Okay,
I
yeah.
just want him to bleed into his jacket. And then
Yeah.
I want to run to the bathroom, grab like some paper towels or something to mop up the blood as much as I can, just like slightly.
Okay.
And on my way into the bathroom, I want to pick up his water jug and dump that out into the sink so there's no trace
Okay.
of the horse tranquilizer, and rinse it and then put it back with about as much as he had.
Okay, cool.
I will
that's a lot
dust
of
myself
stuff.
off, and yeah, while he's doing
I know
that,
it's a lot
I'll
of stuff,
let
but-
the others in through the front door.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Let's see. I am going to want. God, I do want to roll for that, Joe. I'm just trying to figure out what it's going to be. It's not going to be a strength roll.
Come here.
I guess
Too
it
far
depends
away.
on what this is. Is this like a
Why don't you just give me a move roll?
It's the cat.
move roll? Okay, and
Yeah.
that's I keep forgetting what that is.
It's just move.
No more meows.
Oh, it's just move. Okay, great. One success.
One success. Yeah. Yeah, you do a good job. Not a problem,
Okay.
man. You get it. Everything you explained. You get the blood cleaned up. You get his water bottle reloaded. So while you're doing this, Harlthok, you go and you open the front door, and you let Bugsy and Set in so they can join in the fun.
Yeah,
Tell them.
yeah.
Ooh,
I guess we get
300
everyone down
bits.
to the basement
I
as
don't
fast as
remember what you get
possible,
for 300 bits.
and then I can stealth up to the second level and get the comlink started on transferring his workstation while everyone else
Okay.
is in the servers.
I will
And Harl can do
let
that.
you know to do that. I am going to make you roll a tech roll.
Okay, to get the comlink plugged in to the.
Are you just going to plug in the comm link so that way Sed
Yeah.
can do it remotely? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't
All
want
right.
to do the actual data.
Okay. Yeah, Captain, thanks for those bits. That's going to heal 1 point of damage for everyone. And
Oh,
you
thank
can
God.
put that point of healing wherever the fuck you want it.
I think I'll go with agility.
Yeah.
I
Imagine
am not
that.
damaged.
Okay. Tyler, you got any damage on you?
I don't
Muted.
yet, so I mean, we just want to
Oh, I
give
do
it all
not,
to
no.
Jake.
Okay,
I'll tell you what, since no one else needs it, Jake, you can take 2.
Oh, good.
sweet.
Okay, cool.
All right, yeah, I'll make sure they know that there's a corporate guy, somebody's still working late up on the second floor, and there's also a janitor up on the second floor. So until Rihanna gets a comm link set on something with his nice little camouflage suit,
Okay.
maybe
So-
we'll just send you down to the basement.
That works.
So I'll tell you what. So what you want to do there, Rihanna, it's fine. You're going to have to use your personal comm link to plug it into the station. Because so we'll get there. It just means Sed's going to have to do an additional tech roll there.
That's fine.
All right. So
I
the
like
three
how
of
I will
you.
make
make
to other
I will
people.
make a clean pot of coffee.
Okay.
No horse tranquilizers.
Oh yeah, flush the rest down.
Well, Joe,
Well, so he didn't have
Rihanna
coffee,
already
he
did
had
that. He
water.
was drinking water.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And
That's right.
Rihanna
Yeah.
already covered that. He rinsed out the bottle, poured it down the sink, and then refilled the bottle about to where it was.
In that
Nice.
case, I'll just have some coffee for myself.
So that means that Bugsy and Sed are heading down to the basement alone.
All right, let's do this.
There's no
So
way this
yeah,
will go wrong.
no way it'll go
It
wrong.
can't. We're too good.
You make your way down to the basement.
I do
Oh.
have a, chameleon suit too, which I'll probably just have on just in case.
Okay, that's fine.
Is
You make
Bugsy
your way to
only
the
one
basement.
Without a chameleon suit.
I
Yeah,
believe that
Bugsy
makes me
is.
the only one without a chameleon suit.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
It's just
know
gonna look like a
if
single guy
Grim does.
robbed the whole place.
Listen,
What a
I-
That's how the
badass.
story of Bugsy.
I bought a Lincoln Town car with guns in both headlights. I don't need a chameleon suit.
Yeah.
That's
that
fair.
sounds cool.
I just need to put in more car chases.
We tracked him to his car. Which car is it? That Volkswagen over there.
With
Um,
guns for headlights.
Not the one with the 40 guns hanging out the side. Nope, not that one. It's fine.
So, Sed and Bugsy, you all make it down to the basement, no problem. It's definitely unlike the rest of the building. Well, you've only seen the lobby, but it's very much bare minimum corporate office. That weird white kind of tile floor, that fake linoleum,
That's
drop ceiling with
where
fluorescent
sysadmins
lights that
belong.
hum. What's that?
It's where sysadmins belong.
Yeah, right. It's exactly where you imagine sysadmins belong. You know from the information that was given to you that room 007A is where the HR server's at.
Okay.
As you head there, first door into 007,
Mhm.
it's unlocked. You can open it. You can see that it opens up into 008, looks like IT guy office, and then 007A. Now, 007A, it's got this big kind of reinforced door with this heavy duty mag lock on it.
Does it look like it's an electronic lock or a physical lock?
Mag locks are electronic locks. Mag locks because it's a computerized lock that is held with magnetics. I don't know how they work, but it does it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have put that joke in there. ICP is terrible.
Is it on the network that I could interface with it, or do I need to try and do something directly at the panel?
Give me a tech test.
All right. Oh my gosh, seriously?
Oh no.
Oh God.
All right. Well, you
He
got four
thinks
successes.
So hard. He hurts.
Yeah.
So it is not networked, but it's an older model. So this is what we're doing with your successes. It is not on the network, but it is an older model, which is pretty easily bypassed. And because, there's actually a small data port kind of hiding under the bottom of these things. Yeah, like they use an encrypted RFID to pass through. And if you could spoof that, you could get in, but you can just easily plug your deck into the bottom of it. You connect into it and you see that it's all default configuration.
Admin.
Yeah. So username's admin, password's password1. And you easily pop that mag lock open. You can feel the air pressure difference and the cool air come out from the server room. And you step into what you would imagine a fancy sci-fi server farm looks like.
I imagine it's just a huge room with like one server in it.
I don't want to call them a lot, but you've got so many successes here. I'm going to give you another freebie.
Okay.
Someone has gone through and labeled each box.
Oh, that's
Nice.
thoughtful of them.
This is highly unrealistic.
Yeah, not going to happen in real IT.
No way.
I will say our servers at work are all labeled.
Yeah.
Oh, well, go you.
Even the cables have little tags on them.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's nice.
Yeah. So it's not entirely unrealistic, just not very.
Just mostly unrealistic.
Yeah, we're just robbing Dan's work.
We're just
It was
robbing my work.
they hired two guys to do the whole thing. One was entirely too competent. The other was a moron.
Yeah.
Low security
Oh,
keypads
shit.
and labels.
Oh,
Christopher's shown up in the chat. Hey, man, it's been forever.
Hey,
Christopher,
They
I have
just
a
had-
question. Are you going to look at rejoining Bert's Shadowrun game now that you've got some more free time?
Yeah. Take that free time and reinvest it in TTRPGs.
In Shadowrun.
That's
Take
some
that
nice free
to
time you
make
have
it
there.
not
Be ashamed
free
of someone.
anymore.
We need Techno G back. That's what we need. So here's the deal. Oh, we got a deal. All right. So yeah, you can easily find the HR box.
Perfect.
Now I am going to make you,
Do another check.
yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully I don't screw this one up quite so bad.
Yeah.
tech test.
Oh,
tech.
come on.
Oh. Can you afford to take any more wet damage?
Yeah. I can.
Okay. Easy. You pop in. It's got some firewalls on it. It's got some encryption in there, but I'm going to say with your 2 successes, you easily get access. You dig through.
I've been forgetting to put my deck bonus on. Oh well.
Oh shit. That's 100. So that's 1 WP for everyone. So go ahead and increase your WP. That way you can do some abilities. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. 6 months to refocus on 2OG and streaming. That sounds awfully good to me. And congrats on a degree. Master's degree is fantastic.
It is awesome.
So is WP how you use talents?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you find the file. You confirm that there's no additional protection, no data bombs or anything on the file.
Nice.
And you swap the files. You've got the data that you need, and they have the data you were paid to plant there. I will
Copy
say
as
you
much as
are
we can too.
in the system.
Yeah.
You only had 2 successes, so that got you access and that got you the file. If you want to give me another test, I can see if you can see if you can pull some pay data.
This might be an opportunity to use my hack on the fly, maybe. Since we
Sure,
got
go
that
for it.
willpower. Spend
Explain
willpower
that to me.
access target without getting the normal permissions.
Sure, yeah. Spend your WP. You hack on the fly. Yeah, it was forever that we camped in that strange RV lot with bunches of feral children running around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you pull yourself a healthy chunk of what just would be considered pay data, HR files, personal information, pay rates, disciplinary plans. Oh snap! We got dragons in the
Gosh.
dining room too.
Everybody's showing up tonight.
Shit!
Hell yeah.
We got all the crew coming in. Hey man. Yeah, so yeah, you got your job done down here and you got some pay data. If you had a good data broker, you might be able to pawn this off for some cash.
Nice.
So we've got that.
We could start a internal feud between people, showing them what their coworkers are making.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely.
Oh, man.
We're just gonna go to Glassdoor
Petty
2020 and
chaos.
Or you know what? Just give that little old lady a huge bonus for getting us into the system.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got another WP or if you've got if you want to do another roll, I'll allow it.
I want to keep the back door there. So if she suddenly gets a big bump, they might investigate that.
Mm.
Yeah, it's true. That would be funny though.
What we should do is give. Well, the guard's not on their payroll, is he?
No.
No.
Well,
No.
probably not through HR.
Yeah, they've got a contract through Wolverine Security.
Yeah,
So
Wolverine.
yeah.
Would they keep records of guard performance on there in any way, shape, or form for feedback to the company?
High or low?
Let's say low.
Wait, did the guard die completely?
You don't know.
Okay.
No one checked.
Could
We
have
just got the body out of the way.
All
I
right.
didn't have
Dan,
time
what'd you
to
say?
check,
High or low?
I said
even
low.
though I totally did.
5. It's high. No.
Yeah, okay. That was worth a shot. I was gonna say maybe they could put a bad note on his record and he can take the fall for this.
I mean, he kind of already
In
did.
multiple ways.
Multiple ways.
He took a big fall.
Known for drinking on the job and slacking off and
Yeah.
For lethally overdosing on Norse tranquilizers on the job.
yeah. I
While
mean,
walking
that's
upstairs.
So, Joe, where did you stash the guard?
You said there was
Back
a
in the
door behind
station?
the security, wasn't there? There was like a security booth.
So, yeah, if you look onto the first floor map, the security room, of course, you would just kind of know from that one dude. He said it was behind there, probably in that 101 suite somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I was doing. I was just gonna push him into whatever room he would be
Just
in.
get him out of immediate sight.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, speaking of that, we're going to cut back to Joe.
Sweet.
perfect. That gives me time for beer.
Go get a beer.
Yeah.
You make it up to the second floor. As you kind of peek through the door, you don't see anyone in the hallway,
Okay.
but you do see, let me confirm here, because you know the room number that the guy was in. It was room 201E,
Yeah.
which is way up there. Let me get a drawing tool so I can mark it, because I'm going to forget that. 201E. Let's get a color that actually shows up. All right, 201E is where you got to go. You can see that the door to the main 201 suite is open, and you can see there's lights on it there.
Okay. Do I hear the vacuum cleaner going again?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna stealth on through and get in that room, and because we knew it was in that room, right?
You know, his old office was 201E.
201. Okay, and that's the one he's currently cleaning.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just stealth on in, try and get my comlink plugged into his computer. And if the janitor's in there, there's doors to each of these offices, right?
Yeah, there is. So if you move in there, you can see this dude is actively cleaning in 201C.
201C. Does it look like he's vacuumed the carpet in 201E yet?
The door is closed.
Okay.
All the other doors are closed. So if he was going in other rooms, he opened and closed it.
Okay. Do these doors look like they have gas things on them at all, or does
It's
it look
like a
if they're
standard
open?
office
Would
door.
they,
They
like-
would open into, well, you can see on the map, they open into the room.
They open into the room, but can I tell if they like? Is there one that's open that I can see? Like, if I opened a door and cracked it, would it stay open, or would I have to like, prop it?
201C, you can't tell because the dude, he's in there, but he doesn't look like he's got anything wedged in the door to hold it open.
Okay.
You gotta go Watergate. Open the door, put a piece of tape over the latch, and then close the door again.
Yeah.
Totally works.
Okay. Yeah,
Old school spy
I'll
stuff.
I'll just open the door and slide in. And are there like glass in these
Yeah.
doors?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll look inside. If I look through the glass, can I see if the carpet looks like it's been vacuumed in there?
It doesn't seem to be, not yet anyway.
Okay.
Also, thanks for another 100 bits. Everyone take another WP.
Sweet.
Christopher,
Much appreciated.
setting us up tonight.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You can right click.
But yeah,
on
you're in the office.
willpower
Doesn't look like
meter.
he's been in here to vacuum yet.
Okay.
This office is a cluttered mess. Let me actually see if I've
Okay.
got
Oh, green screen.
an
no.
image.
Oh, maybe he
for
doesn't
this.
just clean this office anymore. If
Who
it's
knows?
if it's still super messy. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, this picture is going to answer your question, Joe. So I just dropped a new image,
All right.
very much, or up with the other images up top.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's no way he's been in here
Nice.
cleaning.
Yeah, it is a complete and utter pigsty. Maybe they're waiting for some HR issues to resolve before they go through it.
Okay.
The catch is, as you can see, there are a couple of terminals kind of stacked in a corner, all disconnected.
Okay.
And the information you were given is, let's see, break in, access HR from his old terminal. Okay. Yeah. You can see there is one terminal still on the desk. Looks like it's unplugged.
Okay. Is everything in this picture accurate?
Give or take. It's just a theme picture more than 100%
Okay,
accurate picture. Like
Sure.
there's no cat under the desk and
Okay,
there's
I
no
was gonna
giant
say.
robot.
Okay. But that's about how messy it is. Just random crap everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is a terminal, and it's unplugged,
Yeah.
but it's on the desk still.
Yeah.
Is it unplugged from the back of the computer or just from the power stripping it around?
It looks like now these are, futuristic sci-fi terminals. So everything kind of connects into the keyboard. There's a little holographic display that pops up, and you can see that the keyboard has had everything unplugged from the back of it. All the
Okay.
cables are still there.
Is there a way to replug everything except for the display?
The display is holographic thing that pops out of the keyboard. So if you get this thing going, the display comes up.
If it's
I got-
holographic, can I
Just-
put a strip or something over where it beams the display up?
Sure.
Um,
Give me a move test
okay.
just to make sure you can find some scotch tape and some paper and you can paste it into the place.
Yeah. I'm sure it wouldn't even if I won't even line it up. It'll look in place for
Yeah.
how messy it is. It's you said move test.
Yeah.
Okay.
Move is going to be, just move.
right. I'm gonna eat it.
So not Joe in the stream, but Joe in the chat. I don't see why not. Fire always goes great with fire.
3 points of
Oh,
damage.
Ow, are you broken?
No, I've got one left.
Oh my gosh.
All right. You find some, but in your haste to get some tape, a pile of just junk shifts and kind of slides and make a racket. And you hear the vacuum click off. Hello?
Yeah, I don't respond. I just stay quiet. If there's anything moving that's spinning or something like that in the pile, I'll stop it from moving. But
Yeah. So sadly, the guy was able to pick up that it came out of this office. So
Okay.
a moment later, the door opens up.
Mhm.
You're still in your chameleon suit, so you're not visible.
Yep.
But he looks around. You did pass, so it wasn't a complete failure. So real quick before the door opens, you stretch across to hold something in place to keep it from shifting further. And that's kind of the strain you take to your agility. But eventually he's like, closes the door.
okay.
Nobody stacks books like that.
But I'm going to tell you this. You can tell that after that, he's kind of on alert. And he doesn't start his music back up.
Mm. Okay.
So you finish taping the piece of paper in place over the holographic monitor pop-up.
Okay. Yeah, I'll comlink into it, and I'll relay that back to Zed. Just be like, okay, my comlink's in. Time to take it. I think I spooked the janitor, so I As fast as I can get out of here, the better.
All
So-
right, man.
Give me another tech test there.
Oh damn.
Make sure to give
Seb.
yourself the gear bonus. There we go.
2 successes, sure thing. You hop in, you get connected. That's not a problem. Unless you want to spend one of your WP and I'll give you instant access to it. And we can
Done.
apply those successes to something else.
Let's do that.
Okay. Yeah. So you use your hack on the fly ability. You spend a WP. Yeah, there, Christopher. We have a rigger and a decker. Decker's full on hacker. Rigger's more focused on, driving and yeah. Decker Kane. Yeah. So then you have 2 successes in the system. First things first, you find the files that you want. What do you want to do with your second success?
So we found all the files. Are there other files? I imagine he worked on other projects.
Oh yeah. Digging around, you find that it looks like he's actually been moonlighting for Shiawase for a while.
Mm.
And in fact, Shiawase, their cybernetic wing. And it looks like he was working on some code for, it's listed as Project Repo for non-payments on limbs.
Oh wow. Is that on the level or?
Level is, law enforcement in this time is relatively powerless when it comes to corporate
Greed.
Yeah. It's definitely incomplete. It's more of a working theorem, so it's definitely not, but you can definitely pick up what he was working towards and probably what got him hired on full-time by Shiawase.
This could be valuable to someone else.
All right, I'll let you pull it. All right. So Rihanna, you get the cue. All right, we're done.
Okay. You said there were other terminals in this room?
There was a bunch of old terminals. Yeah.
A bunch.
Regular messy IT. You got a giant stack of dead systems you were probably working on. When you get a new system, you just set the old
Sure.
system aside. You can tell they're definitely either in disrepair or older models than what he's got on his desk here.
Okay.
Do we
Yeah.
want to like strip them?
Are any of them to the point where like a hard drive is like easily exposed?
What you'd have to get inside. These are going to be like, imagine like more modern day, like, SSDs where they're just the little chips that plug into the board. To get into that, you'd really have to give me a tech roll.
I
mean,
mean,
that's scout, which I do not.
if you want, I can come up there and do it. But if not, we can just bail for now.
No, that's fine. If there's nothing easily accessible,
Or
I
if it's
just
small
want to do
enough,
like a
just
once
steal it.
over in the room and see if there's anything that's like standing out.
Give me an
in his
observation
stuff.
test.
I was just gonna say, if it's small enough, just steal it.
Yeah, you pull
Right.
a success. Yeah, you can see a bunch of gear here and there. You do find one thing that really jumps out is dude's got a small paper, like little black notebook kind of hidden in his desk, which is, paper is almost unheard of in this time. Like, who the fuck uses real paper? It's all digital.
Right. But that's
But-
suspicious because it's not traceable.
When you grab it and you flip through it, it is just line after line of what looks like passwords with
Ooh.
some kind of unique identifying number in front of each one.
Could be important.
Mm.
Interesting.
And this guy, you said this guy used to be IT of this company?
He's one of the IT dudes. Yeah. He was, like a programmer, coder kind of dude.
All right. Yeah, I'll pocket that. And-
Sure. Make sure you throw that on your character sheet.
Yeah.
While we're at
Or
it,
put it in your notes.
if I'm done hacking and he's still doing stuff, if we got like intermediate time, I might try and step into 008 where the sysadmin appears to be and see if there's anything interesting I can do in here.
Sure. I'll let you move in there. Give me an observation roll.
That's animal handling, we decided.
Yeah.
Wow, I got a success off of 2 dice.
You got a success off 2 dice. Some people work better off small pools. It's not how many dice, it's how you use them.
Something like that. Yes.
Something like that. I don't fucking know where I was going with
Girthy
that.
dice.
Yeah. No, yeah, you dig through, you find plenty of, relatively newer model office terminals. Looks like maybe setting them up for deployment. You were finding a few, looks like server blades that he was prepping for deployment as well.
Maybe we go ahead and see about putting a little something on one of those servers.
Okay. You want to give me a tech roll? I'll let
Sure.
you plant some code into it and just tell me what kind of code you're wanting to do.
Probably just basically another kind of backdoor sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you can very easily put a back
Nice.
door into it. Anything else you want to do with that other success?
boy.
Imagination's the limit here.
I'm bad at it because I'm not much of a hacker. Maybe I'll just hit a desktop and a server.
Okay. Yeah. So you put in 2 back doors, one in a desktop, one in a server. Yeah, not a problem.
That way I got just a little more access.
Cool. So what's next?
Now we got 3 different routes into here we can sell.
Yeah. So Rihanna, are you ready to head back down to the group?
Yeah, I want to look out real quick first and see where the janitor's at. And I want to try and slip out of the door like right when he's walking into another room.
It actually looks like he's moved from office C over to office D. You can't currently see him, but C is closed
Okay.
and D is open with the light on.
Okay. But I don't see him.
You don't see him, no.
I want to listen to see if I can hear his vacuum going.
Sure.
And then see if I can determine where he's at.
You don't hear anything unless you want to push that.
Yeah, push that. Yep.
Still got empathy left?
Yep. Yeah, I took
All right.
a lot of agility damage.
Yeah, you're looking, you don't hear anything. Just as you're getting ready to open the door, you see him walking across from the left to the right with an empty waste pail in his hand. So it looks like maybe he took the trash out of D and went and dumped it somewhere. But yeah, you watch as he then walks into D and you're able to make your way out.
Mm-hmm. I'll make sure the computer terminal was unplugged, by the way, before.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you took a moment beforehand to get it all unplugged.
Cool. All right. Yeah, then I'll sneak out. I guess we've basically taken care of security on the ground floor.
Well, we haven't gone back to Harlthok yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, while all this is going on, I want to at least make sure our erstwhile unconscious fellow is remaining that way.
So,
and is maybe not dying on top of it.
Yeah, I'm
Nearly
gonna
unconscious.
just work my way back down to the ground floor then and rejoin with Harl.
okay. So Harlthok, we're going to be doing this. This happens at the same time as everything else. You actually find that there's an employee kind of kitchenette in the, we'll call that like 103B.
I assume it's just a microwave.
It's microwave, coffee maker, little refrigerator, a table, couple tables with some chairs, what you would expect for like a regular break room. It's all nice looking, yeah, but it's just really kind of basic on what's there. And yeah, you go over, you run the water, you're filling up, getting the coffee maker brewing. After a handful of minutes, you're kind of listening in on the chatter on the rest of the team. And you hear a door close from somewhere outside or in the lobby.
Ooh. Hmm. I will. I'll just go up to the door and I'll take a little peek. I don't want to alert anybody to anything unless there's actually something terrible happening.
You see the guard crawling out of that 101 suite.
Oh boy.
Crawling out. You can see he's got blood on his face. He must, when he hit his head, it busted up the back of his head. So he's still alive, but he's
good.
very labored, very uncoordinated, either a mixture of concussion and horse tranquilizer somewhere in there as he's crawling out towards the guard's little desk out there.
Let me check the gear in my breaking and entering bag.
Time to
here.
break and enter his brain.
Let's see. Well, I do have that 200 meters of rope with my grapple gun.
Yeah.
I think I'll just cut off some rope, and as he's just kind of groggily crawling along the floor, just kind of, just set the rope on him and then tie him up.
You tie up, he's not going to be able to resist. He's super fucking high on horse tranquilizers and probably has a concussion. So he almost kind of like climbs over the rope, unsure of what's happening, and you kind of cinch it up so his arms are kind of tied at the elbows to his side. You pull the knot tight, and he's just kind of like still going, as he's trying to move and kind of flail around. It's
I'll
about
kind
it
of make
that
like a little slip knot so that when it's time for us to get out of here, I can just grab the rope and pull it and take off with it.
Sure. Yeah. The rest of you, I mean, yeah, Joe, I'm sorry, Rihanna, you head down the stairwell. Bugsy and Sed, you head up. And as you all kind of make it to the lobby, you can see the guard kind of lying there halfway on the floor between the room that Rihanna left him in and the center desk, the guard station.
Well, at least he's not dead.
Yeah.
Does the guard
Hey, Christopher,
have any-
thanks for coming by, man. It's good to hear from you again.
Does the guard have any stim patches or like slap patches on him?
No.
Does he have any in his bag? Like
No,
immediately
but-
accessible,
Yeah, no, you don't see anything.
or like anything that heals?
No.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a milk run job. He sits at a desk. He does a few patrols. He's got a big gun to scare off anyone who tries something. He
Well,
wasn't
he was pretty
packing
quick
a
on that
lot.
gun. I thought he was. But okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, he's not worried about healing himself. Now, if you want to search some of the other rooms, that might be a different answer.
Yeah, just in like usually a security office has like a first aid or something.
That's what I was kind of going for. If you go into the security office, you can see there's that big first aid box
Okay.
on the wall.
Okay. I want to wait till everyone's up. Basically, my goal is everyone leave, and right when I want to be the last one in, I just want to slap the patch on him for him to start healing. I'm like, that's how I'm going to leave him, and then we run out.
Maybe put him by the medical aid things, so
look like he
makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
We'll set it up that it looks like he fell, hurt himself, and then he was able to crawl to the patch. Maybe get some a handprint from the back of his head where there's blood, and get a dragged hand down the wall.
Take his hand.
Yeah, that's what I'm
back of his
saying.
head.
On the back of his head, and drag
Gotta
it
make
down
sure
the
it's
wall
his hand.
towards the towards the.
He's kind of fighting a little bit here and there, but he's
I'm in my
way too
chameleon
fucking
suit while I'm
stoned.
doing this.
I know,
so-
he doesn't know you're there, but he's still kind of resisting a little bit. You'd succeed, yeah. It's not a problem. It's just he's flailing a little bit here and there. Do you pull the rope that Harlthok tied on him?
Right after I slap the patch on him, yeah, and then I'm gonna.
Okay, you pull the rope and then you're out.
Yep.
All right, you're all on the street. It looks like Bugsy's standing there by himself.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna be saying over
real
this on both the mic, like go 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 go.
Yeah. We'll undo the camera loop and turn on their monitoring and all that other stuff again.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. It's
mean,
almost
There's going to be a
immediately
big discrepancy, but whatever.
right. Yeah, you pull it, you monitor for a few seconds. No real alarms are going out. But you can very clearly see when you cut it, it immediately, like all of a sudden the janitor pops into existence. And then you can actually see kind of in the security area, you can see the guard lying there through the camera feed.
Listen, it's fine.
But yeah, you're out. Doesn't seem to be any traces.
Sweet.
I want to get in
it's going to
Bugsy's
be
car
obvious
as
that
quickly
they
as
were
possible.
hacked, but
Oh yeah, I am like pulling my car up as.
Yeah, it might be. You might have to worry about that because all of a sudden there was normal, no signs of anyone. Then all of a sudden there's a janitor and there's a bloody, injured security guard.
Yeah. I mean, they could have known someone was there, but
I don't know how you don't have that happen with a camera loop.
yeah.
There's no good way to. The only other option would be to.
We would have needed to have the guard be cleaner
Yeah.
But hey,
and have him be at wherever he was when the loop
Yeah.
happened.
I mean, you should be fine as long
Or
as you
could
didn't leave.
I mean, is there a way that you could leave the camera like in a way where it looks like it's stuck on one frame? It's just like
You still have a back door.
I don't know if we want to have the camera seem like it's glitched or something.
I think that'd
Sure.
be better than it just popping in. Because
I'm willing to roll for that if we want.
That's what
Yeah.
you want to do.
I
Sure.
think that'd be better if they like come into like what happened to the cameras and it's just like stuck on a single frame rather than like because if we switch it off, that's very
Yeah.
obvious that like
Yeah.
someone did something. This could at least
Oh,
be
not a problem, man.
possibly mistaken.
You use your back door, you get into the security system, you find where the file is actively like dumping into live media and you just corrupt that bit. And so now it's just hung up hard on that single glitch. If you want to use that extra success, if there's anything else you want to do, like maybe backtrack and corrupt some additional ones to make it look like it's maybe been happening for a while.
Yeah. You know what? Let's go ahead and hit a few cameras.
Okay, sure. Not a problem, man.
All right.
You get it looked up. It's going to look like the camera system glitched out rather than someone looped the video.
Corruption
While
in the
he's
storage.
doing
or
that, I'm gonna
something.
go grab my car.
Yeah, we'll hit the second couple. Like I don't know how many cameras are on the second floor, but like let's hit the second floor real hard with the other ones.
Okay.
That way the janitor is kind of concealed too.
Mhm.
All right, you do. Bugsy, you go get your car. Still where you left it. No trouble.
Yep. I
You-
get my grappling hook and all that back.
Do you want to get back into the apartment building?
I guess the best way would be to get it off the roof, like
Okay,
because we've got another grappling gun, so I can shoot it up and
sure. Just give me a
You wanna
might
go back
test.
the other way.
okay. Yeah.
I'm glad I have 5 wits
Yeah,
because I have 1 left.
One mic.
one's good enough, man. You're able to get back up there using Harlthox grappling, and
Okay.
you pull your lines down. There's nothing you can really do about the puncture mark in the 1AC vent, but
Yeah.
it's kind of off the side. So if anyone notices that, it's going to be a long while.
Hmm.
Okay. And then
Maybe it'll just
you,
be a bit warmer in the server room for a while.
yeah, you easily head back down and meet back up. You've completed the run. You're going to head back, visit Gunderson in the jump house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You show back up. He's at his booth. He's eating fried pickles.
All right.
So, you're back.
Yeah,
Yep.
How'd it go?
pretty
Good.
well. Yeah, we got the data you wanted.
Nobody
No alerts,
died.
no alarms, no footage.
Perfect. You transfer the data over to him. He transfers you each. What is that? 20,000 by 5? Is that 5,000 creds each? I don't math well.
4,000.
Or 4,000.
4,000 creds each? Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's what we agreed on.
Sweet. Is there a spot
Type it in.
for? Would that be gold?
Yeah, just count it in gold.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was gonna say
If
probably
it
doesn't
lets you
matter.
count that high. If not,
It
just
does, it's kinda
throw it in your
confusing.
notes.
It counts as encumbrance.
Oh, I was gonna say that's why I'm encumbered.
No, I
Yeah.
just put it in gold.
I mean, are we tracking encumbrance?
I'm not.
Oh, it's probably
Okay.
easier to read in notes, anyways. To be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
just
think
probably
it's
track it in
used to-
notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not used to using these larger numbers.
Mhm.
4,000 credits. That's like $4 probably.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I would have to look it up. I know I looked up the math before and I don't fucking remember it because I'm bad at math.
You can buy a couple-
2,000.
I assume inflation's just gone nuts by
Well,
then. So
yeah, but
yeah.
like the Sikorsky Bell like little drone thingy was only like 1,000 creds, I think. So
yeah, I'm talking like $4 now. It's like 4,000 credits then.
oh,
Who knows?
It's
All right.
inflation.
You all did good here. I got the data. I'll transfer it over. You keep coming to Gunderson and I'll keep you running.
do we have a data
Perfect.
broker?
Do you have what?
No, he's
Do we-
just our job guy.
Do we have a data broker though? Was the question.
I don't think you do, unless anyone's taken a contact that's a data broker.
I think Alex did, but
He took
No, he just had a.
I thought he
he had a
had
data
like a
broker.
fence or something.
because
not.
he had someone that he wanted to give.
he has an info
Oh.
broker, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
some of that information we have to get back to her.
So if you want to leave it up to Grimm's contact,
Thank you.
you could maybe see if you can sell it through her. I will let you know if you ask Gunderson might be able to point you to someone.
Yeah, if he knows
Could be
anybody,
worth doing.
wouldn't hurt to at least know somebody.
Yeah, you got data you want to sell, pay data. Yeah. I got this guy named Boris. Not too far from here. He's a good enough guy. A little skittish at first, so be gentle with him. But yeah, if you want to go talk to Boris, if you got some data to sell, he might be the guy to talk to.
Sweet.
Trust him.
I mean, you can only trust people so far in this business.
Glowing
All right.
review. Let's talk to him.
Yeah, he gives you the contact information. We are technically at time, but we did lose a lot of time. Do y'all want to keep going or?
I'm fine going for a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, whatever for me.
I just opened a beer up that I'm gonna be drinking on for a little bit. So
All right. Yeah, you get it. It is pretty late at night right now. What do? You want to contact him now or you want to wait till tomorrow?
I'd
I
give him
mean,
the day.
If there's like an equivalent of email, then we'll.
Yeah, you
Fire
just
him off.
Send him a message.
Yeah,
Our friend
I'll say it
Mr.
won't
if he
be-
Johnson
doesn't
wants to set up
respond,
a
then
meeting.
that's fine. We'll just talk to him later.
Yeah, you send him a message. He gets back to you in the morning.
Okay.
And it's, what do you send him?
Just hoping to discuss a little business with you. If you got some time.
Who is this? How did you get my contact info?
We just
gosh.
mentioned that we were given it from a Johnson,
Yeah,
or from Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnson. Did some work
Oh.
for Mr. Johnson. He said you might be interested in what we were selling.
Meet me at noon, and he sends you an address. It's a let's see what kind of business this is going to be.
How are we gonna handle recovering
strip
stats
club, strip
also?
club.
We can just go by, long rest will do it.
Okay, so like
Okay.
overnight to the next day.
Yeah,
we recover.
overnight you're fine. So everyone can move back up.
Good. Good.
Let's see. He gives you an address. Stuffer Shack. Here, noon.
That doesn't sound like a strip club.
Yeah, stuff is spelled STUFF''ER.
Yeah, I'm sure it's high quality dining.
It's
So,
just a
Stuffer
step above
Shacks.
Skankles.
No, Stuffer Shacks are like the equivalent of like a 7-Eleven or quick. Like it's just an all-around convenience store. Has a little bit of everything. Has those few booths in there. So if you really wanted to eat the hot dogs on the rollers at a table, you could.
Get them while they're fresh off the
Awesome.
rollers.
There's no way those hot dogs are actually meat. So
Oh, no,
despite the fact
absolutely
that it's
not.
been on there, they look stupendous, which is even more suspicious.
Yeah, no, they're definitely. It's either some mixture of like soy, krill, maybe some kind of kelp compound.
I'm sure they're touched up with a little holographic screen in front of them.
Oh yeah, there's the big like hot dog mascot that's showing off how delicious they are. He's doing his little dance. Anyway, he sends you a message. Stuffer Shack, address noon.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All
I
right.
want to be in stealth in my chameleon suit.
Somebody's got to talk to him. You got
I'm
somebody
just
who's a
gonna-
talker?
I've got a business suit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Harlthok will be our face for this.
That's fine. I just want to be like scouting, making sure there's no one like watching
Sure.
us or something.
I got all my drones, so I can run surveillance if we want.
So
Yeah.
Got a business suit, a concealed holster for my pistol. So
All right.
that'll do.
all right, so walk me through what everyone's. You show up maybe like 45 minutes before the meetup. You can see through the window. There's a very suspicious looking man sitting at one of the tables, big dark sunglasses, big brimmed hat, just very suspicious looking. And you're guessing this is Boris. What is everyone doing to kind of set up? So we already, and I want specifics here in case something goes down. I know where everyone's at and what's everyone doing.
Sure.
So we know Harlthok, you're the easy one. You're in your suit. You've got your concealed pistol on you. You're going to go in and do the talking. Is anyone else going to go in and do the talking with Harlthok?
Yeah, I will.
Are there a lot of people inside currently?
There's a handful of people. There's a clerk. People are kind of constantly coming and going.
Okay. I want to be outside, right outside the door, kind of in a spot that like I wouldn't get bumped into as people were coming in.
Sure.
But I just want to be watching, make sure that nobody like armed or suspicious walks in after us.
Sure. All right. So you're standing guard
Like a
in your
lookout.
chameleon suit at the door.
Yep.
Bugsy and Sed, what do you got going?
I'll go in with him.
Okay. So
Just to make
Harlthok
sure
and
he-
Bugsy are going in together.
Yeah.
I figure I'm probably just gonna hang out in the car and run drones if that's all right
Okay.
with everybody.
Sure.
Sure. You're in the car. You got drones kind of, doing patterns over the Stuffer Shack.
Don't get my
'Cause-
seats dirty.
Because I've got one that's got the laser microphone, so it should be able to like zero in right on them, and
Okay. So,
then I've got like a motion sensor and other things like that that I'll probably keep by mind.
sure. Everyone give me an observation test. That's animal handling. We're not doing anything with that now, but that's so I have it in reference if anything comes up.
I'm gonna push my roll. Okay.
All
What-
right.
How much?
This is-
How much bonus will I get from the drones? I have 3 of them, and they each say 2.
2. You're just going to get a flat 2
Okay.
bonus.
Okay.
So yeah, the way we're going to do it, if you've got a swarm of drones, you're going to get the highest bonus.
I still got something. I'd
So
break my drones probably, but
Rianu and Said, the two are actually on lookout, pull each a success. So we'll remember that.
I'll need to put some points into that next time.
That's fair.
I'll just assume that I just got paid. I have a low lifestyle that I maintain. I'm going straight for some hot dogs and ices. Damn everything else.
Okay.
I'm not paying attention.
All right. So as soon as you two enter the stuffer shack, this dude's eyes on you, just watching. He's just watching everyone like a hawk. He's got a cup of soy calf in front of him. Every now and then he takes a little sip from it. How do you all approach him?
With my feet. I just get my icy and my hot dog and I just walk right up to him.
Yeah. Real casual way.
I'm expecting some company here. Any chance it might be the two of you?
Well, that depends. Do you happen to know a Mr. Johnson by any chance?
I know a Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson said he needed some help with a data problem.
That's exactly it. We need a data solution, Stat. And I'll take a seat at his little table. Just chow down.
All right. Bugsy, you sit down with him?
Yeah.
So give me a second here. And he pulls out a little device and sets it on the table and he clicks it on. And you two hear it just like this sound,
little white noise thing.
White noise sound masking. So you got some data you're needing to move?
Yep. We got some pay data from the HR servers of Pop Data Solutions. Figured we could find somebody that would make use of it. It's a smaller company, sure, but
does this break the subvocal mics too?
No, the subvocal mics, since they are connected right onto you, you could still hear if
like his side
Harlthok and Bugsy activated. You could hear them. You're not going to be able to hear the dude. And same thing with you, Said. If you point your microphone at it, it's really hard. You can tell that they're talking, but you're not able to make out the specifics of what they're saying.
Okay.
I'll
have to double check what the laser microphone does for me.
Okay. There's always a place. I'm not going to give you a price right now because I don't just work with anyone. Given that a Johnson sent you here, I'm going to take it that you two are runners. You got a team, or is it just the two of you?
We have enough among us to get jobs done.
All right, so that's a team. I'll take that. That's fine. Keep your numbers secret. Data and information is it's what this world moves on. So it's smart keeping some things under your hat. But I'll tell you what, I don't like taking on new customers, especially if I don't know if I can trust them. I got a little problem.
And I don't really much care for doing business with people who are just looking out for cheap thrills or punks.
I dig that. You gotta, information and being careful is how you survive in this field. And it's that being careful where I got a little bit of trouble. If you all runners and you got you a team, I need some help. You help me out with this. I'll buy the data off of you for a premium price. And my door will be open to you in the future if you ever need to move more data.
Sounds fair enough, I suppose.
No, like the sound of that.
So you want to hear what it is before you agree to it?
Well, yeah.
I would like a little bit more information.
I need some security. I need, some backup, as you might say. I've got some rather sensitive information that I'm selling to a rather, well, I'll just level with you. It's the goddamn triad. They don't want to do an over the net travel. They want me to physically hand them the data. And I got to tell you, I get really kind of, worried when big time fucking mob group comes to me and says, "Hey, I want to move some data through you, and we have to do the move in person."
I see.
So I'll tell you what. In 3 days, I'm meeting a couple representative theirs. I want you and your team to run security for me.
I'm gonna talk through my subdermal mic, or through and inform the rest of the team of Boris's offer that we act as security for a trade-off with the goddamn triads. And he says that if we do this, he'll buy the data off of us for a premium price, but I don't want to do business with triads.
I don't know that we're armed for that.
We're not really doing
It's not that I don't
business with
trust our-
triads.
I'm pretty sure Bugsy's car could do business with triads alone, but
I think my car could do business with triads, but
Well,
If
but I
y'all
don't
got-
like doing business with triads.
If you don't need to be seen for this. I just need to make sure it's only supposed to be a couple of them. I'm not too worried about them pulling anything. But if they do, I need someone who can pull me out of the fire. And I also need to make sure that we don't get interrupted.
well, I mean, this might be a time for Bugsy Mobile to shine.
I think that's fair enough.
Now the trade-offs in 3 days. It's out in Auburn, out in an old abandoned factory. That's where we're supposed to meet. So that gives you 3 days to do whatever you need to do to make sure the site's nice and safe and secure for me. And then when, the meet's happening, just be hanging out in the background, not necessarily looking intimidating or anything, but just in case anything pops up, you're there to deal with it.
Sort of like a greeter at a market, just to let them know they're being watched.
If that's what you want to call it. I really don't want to piss the triad off.
Nobody does.
I want this to go smooth. I want to get some money, and I want to be done with the work for the triad.
What is it you're trading off with a group of triads anyway?
Data. That's all you need to know. It's just data. I don't know the specifics of it. I don't want to know the specifics of it because that's how you get killed. I am a secure, middleman on moving data between places.
That makes sense. All right. Is there anywhere you would like us to contact you? Any way you'd like us to reach you once we've given the place a once over?
You got my PAN information. That's how you contacted me for this. Feel
Sounds
free to
like-
give a voice call if you need to.
I don't think we'll be putting our voice down on anything, but
Well,
we'll
listen,
definitely let you
Text is fine too. Who the fuck wants to phone? Yeah, that shit went out of style with my grandmother.
Oh.
So we got a deal.
In my subvocal mic, I'm gonna say I really don't want to do business with this guy.
You can walk away if you don't like it. Or you can take the deal. I'll pay
How
you
about
good
this?
now.
How about we scout the location first, then we decide if we take the job or not?
Sounds fair. All right, we'll scout the place out, and if we think it's too hot for us, we'll tell you so.
All right. Get back to me within a day.
We'll
'Cause
get
if
back
you
to
don't
you.
want it, I got to find someone else who does. If you don't take the
Understood.
job, I won't move your data.
That sounds like a fair enough deal. You got to operate off of trust first and foremost. So I think we're good. I'm gonna grab another hot dog. Bugsy, you want anything?
Give me one of them cherry Slurpees.
Oh, they are good. I can tell you that right now.
All right. Well, you know how to get in contact with me. Like I said, if you don't want the job, let me know and then lose my number.
Absolutely.
All
Thank
right.
you very kindly, Boris. Give Mr.
Hey,
Johnson
hey.
our regards.
You got it, buddy. All right. Let's move to our outside team. So the two of you each pulled me a success in observation. So Rianu, you don't see any shady people. I mean, there's shady people here and there. No one
Right.
seems to be an active
No
threat.
concerning shady people.
No concerning shady people.
Normal shady people.
Now, said, what you do see is that there is a homeless person of some sort who kind of wanders around across the street and eventually kind of sets down, slumps against the building. They've got this kind of blanket pulled up over their head. And at first it seems like, just a regular old dude sitting there. But your drones can't quite get a feed on it, but it looks like the dude's talking. If you swivel your mic around to him,
Mhm.
you get, you can hear it like, all right, I got eyes on him. Just talking with an orc. You're an orc, right, Drake? Or are you a troll?
I am an orc.
Talking with an orc and a human. I ain't see anyone else. It's just the two of them chatting in there, or the three of them chatting in there.
I want to kill this guy so bad.
Which guy?
The guy talking across the street.
Yeah, you can tell he's very obviously talking into some kind of, said can tell he's very obviously talking into some kind of calm.
Yeah.
Said, what do you do with this?
Would I have the ability to try and hack his comm?
Give me a tech roll.
I know we talked about wireless not necessarily being a big thing, so
Well, I mean, he's communicating wirelessly. So, yeah, you easily, since wireless isn't a huge thing, I was already setting our difficulty here at 2, which you pop through. You can listen in.
is there any merit to getting more, or is that
Yeah.
enough?
3, you take your point of damage. Yeah, not only can you listen in, you can run a trace on it if you want.
Perfect. I say
yeah.
that if I can figure out who he's talking to, that's even more valuable.
Yeah, on the other side, just like keep an eye on them. We need to make sure, or we need to figure out who, when they're moving that data. We know he's got it. We have to get it before it gets over. And you pick up, it's, he's actually talking to someone to the Redmond Barons.
Okay.
Do
Probably
we
not.
know who they are?
You haven't heard anything. So what I'm waiting for is, do you notify Rianu?
Yeah, I'll probably pop on, let Rihanna know. Maybe we can follow him, but also let the guys inside know. We got an audience.
Now, I will say, with your extra success there, you can do a trace back, and you have a pretty accurate like GPS ping on where the other end of the line is.
All right.
And
so
yeah,
maybe
it's
we
in the
can-
Redmond Barons.
Okay, maybe we can look up where that's sourced from, building, place.
So, Rianu,
Mhm.
with your success, you easily look over. Hey there, Jeff. Thanks for that sub. That's fantastic, man. You look over and you see the dude He's got this blanket kind of like covering his head and his face a little bit, but he's still got enough. You can see his face is tattooed up.
Mhm.
You're across the street, so you can't really get a good look, but you are stealthed in your
Mhm.
chameleon suit. What do you want to do?
So has said relayed to me that they're like this guy's talking in whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, the second we get the trace, that's about all we really need out of it. Because like we know he's listening and he's trying to get information on this.
Well, I mean, if
The
we could
second-
get like some identification on him of some sort, that might be valuable too. But
right, but for the basically, I want to the second like we know who they're talking to and we do this trace, I would like for the line out to be cut, if that's possible.
Said,
With the
I'll say,
technology.
yeah, if you want to cut it, yeah, you've got enough successes.
Or just like mute it so he's not getting any more info. And then I'm gonna ask over the sub mic if I should go after this guy.
I mean, like, we don't want to make it too obvious, I don't think.
Track him, don't kill him.
Well, no, I mean, like, I don't think we want to give up the size of our team,
Mhm.
or what all we know. If anything, maybe I like just have like some static come into the line or something like that so that their communication is just inconvenienced at the moment.
Mhm.
Yeah, you've got enough successes. You can do whatever you want to the line. So if you want to throw a whole bunch of data at it to corrupt it so it starts cutting out, sure.
That sounds good to me.
All right.
We'll just start jacking it up. So,
what if you fed false data? What if you said the it's going to be in like a week or something like that?
Now you can definitely do that. I'm going to take more rolls for that.
What
And
if we
it's
tell
not
him
gonna
it's
be
going
a
to be in
tech
like
roll.
it's going to be in like 5 days?
well, he doesn't know that yet. Their conversation inside's masked.
Yeah, all it sounds like he knows is that he's following
He just knows who he's talking
the
to.
data broker. Yeah.
So I'm fine just jacking the conversation up a little bit.
Okay. You throw
Uh,
some static. You can hear him like, hello, hello, are you there?
What,
And the other side's like, hello, hello.
so
What do you got, Joe?
What if we relay to I want to relay to Boris or relay to Harl and Bugsy inside, say like, hey, we got a guy listening in. Let's let Boris know. Let's drop the white noise for like a little bit, act like it's acting up and he like hits it or something. And we'll give him a false date. Say that's going to happen in like 6 days.
Redo your conversation and set the date wrong.
Yeah. Say that we're doing the drop in 6 days. And say that it's at like a different place or something. And then turn the thing back on.
Don't even do that. We've concluded the conversation, right?
So
Yeah.
Harl thought,
You
do
know
you get this information
after I
from
get my
Yana?
second hot dog, and I'll buy Bugsy a cherry slushy, and I'll buy
Go
one
up,
for myself too.
confirm the situation with him.
Hey,
That's
Sammy,
exactly
thanks
what
for
I'm
that
gonna do.
reroll. Whoever's tracking our rerolls, we got another banked reroll.
I got it.
Hey.
Sweet.
So whenever
Thanks, Sammy.
whenever I see Boris turn off his white noise machine, that's when I'm going to walk up with like hot dog and Slurpee in one hand, put a hand on his shoulder, and I'll say, 6 days.
Ooh, and a WP for everyone. Thanks, Sammy.
Oh, nice.
And it's just like a warehouse, but
See-
like on a different side of the city. That you would
Yeah,
know.
let's see. I'm trying to look for
So
something right
different
now.
sides. So if they're having you meet up in, what did I say, Tacoma? If you want to go what's Auburn? That's what I said. If you want to
Auburn,
go
yeah.
the exact opposite side, you could throw out like Everett or downtown.
Yeah, it's like, all right, 6 days, warehouse downtown. Take care, man. And I'll wink at him a lot, and then I'll walk away.
Sure, man. And so said, you're hearing in, the two of them, they're getting up, they're leaving. I can't hear if you're there. I can't hear you.
If I'll go ahead and kind of drop the static so he can try and get that information through.
So you listen to it like, all right, got you. Yeah, the two of them are leaving. Which ones do you want me to follow? Now, what you pick up, said, is he didn't have any kind of listening device.
Okay, well, shoot.
He's just eyes on.
All right. Well, I think that's
Good try.
valuable.
It's still, it was a good.
You could still tell that to Harl, and then have Harl do like a fake phone call and be like, "Okay, we know where it's at," and like have him walk down the street past us.
Step outside, stage a call.
And then say that same thing
All right.
as you walk
So
by.
We're definitely getting a little more into it. So, Harl, what are you going to do?
Rianu,
I think I can do
tail
this.
him.
So you're going to give me a perform test.
Harl,
All right.
give him some false information. Just start walking. Different direction from the car.
Whoa. Performance. So there it is. Yeah. Oh, geez. Okay.
If he gets what he wants to hear, maybe he'll ditch us.
We do have some victory rolls. So if things go south,
I may have to do that.
Oh, two. Yeah, not a problem.
Crap. There we go.
So yeah, you cut across the
Not bad
street.
for 2 dice.
You're on your pan.
Wow.
You're faking it. He's like, one of them's walking by me. Hang on.
Yeah, I've got my phone and I've got the hot dog in my hand, and I'm like, yeah, we'll be meeting at the downtown warehouse in 6 days. 6 days.
Downtown
Yeah,
warehouse,
warehouse.
6 days.
Downtown,
Harl
yeah.
thought, give me observation.
Hey, there we go.
You can
Nice.
see this dude, grungy, dirty. See his face as he kind of glances up at you as you walk by, painted in orange and green. Give me a lore test.
I would very much like a lore test. Oof, I'm gonna push it.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Do
use
you
one
wanna
of those bank
reroll?
rerolls.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
And
Full
I'm even
success?
or I can't push successes, can I?
Sure you can.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And
One
you know what?
success is good.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna use my God. I'm gonna invoke my my pride here. I'm gonna tack a D8 onto that, which is someone once told me I didn't have a clue. I found more than enough to put her in jail.
Sure. Give me a D8. No, you don't. And you lose that pride.
Ooh.
So you are now, next session, you have no pride. The session after that, you can pick a new pride.
Ouch.
Yeah.
But
Still got
that
one
one
now.
success is enough to immediately you see that face tattoo. Halloweeners, man. Street gang known for just being chaos incarnate.
Ooh.
Rick.
I'm like, yes.
And immediately as you say that, as soon as you get out of earshot, some downtown warehouse in 6 days is when they're doing the change. Yeah, you got it exactly right there, Captain. Exactly right.
What did he say?
ICP.
Uh,
but in
ICP,
orange.
but in orange.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Yeah. All right, which one do you want me to follow? You want me to stick with Boris? You hear on the other side said, yeah, stick with Boris for now. And
Fire,
so he's going to wait there till Boris leaves, and Boris is going to take his time.
With that, I want to wait by the door if I get that information relayed to me. And I just want to say to Boris, like, out loud, like, don't say anything, but there's a guy tailing you. We already gave him false information. I just want to say that out loud to him as he's walking by.
Sure. It's like 20, 30 minutes before Boris leaves. But yeah, as soon as you start talking, he locks up, but you relay the information. He's like, your crew ain't bad. One day, scout it out. Let me know if you want the job. And then he walks
I don't
off.
respond. I just...
Yeah. So
In my
What's
sub-vocal
next?
mic, I will point out to everyone else that the guy tailing us is Halloweeners. If we're going to do this job, odds are they're going to show up and we're going to need
Maybe,
Big bad.
maybe depends on if they buy our roofs or not.
But
they're
as
tailing
Boris
him, yeah.
leaves, eventually the guy keeps tailing Boris.
Hmm.
Which is fine with me. That means we can leave real nice and easy,
Sure.
assuming that we're not
Cool.
being watched separately. Also,
I don't think so.
I mean, we don't think so either.
Yeah, eventually, if you want to leave, you get out of range and your connection to their comm cuts out, but you still have the data location of where the other end of that call was at.
Yeah, we'll probably want to follow up on that. Pull up.
So the Barons are
Yule.
working with the Halloweeners.
The Redmond Barrens is the location. That's the part
Yeah.
of the city. That's but Redmond
Oh.
Barrens run
It's a
down.
dive.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
super dive. So yeah, you all reconnect. You're free to discuss it openly amongst yourselves.
God damn, I'm glad I bought this suit.
Same. It might be meta, but I think that Rudman Barrens is where the Halloweeners were at, isn't it?
Yeah, that's that's where the data location pinged at.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
all the where the Halloweeners are based out of, isn't it?
If you want to give me a lore test, I'll confirm or deny that.
Yes, please. Even though I'll probably fail this. What lore? Oh, I might.
Lore,
Just
just flat
lore.
lore.
Oh, come on. Oh my god.
Do you want to re-roll that at least to get away from that wit damage?
Ah, Jesus. Are you guys all right with me burning a
Yeah,
reroll for this?
fuck it.
We got spare.
I
I want to
Please.
know. And you've got a better chance than I do at figuring that out.
All right.
Let
Take
me
the reroll.
Let me undo the damage real quick.
Yeah, undo that damage. So yeah, for those of you, I mean mainly Joe and Tyler, the way I do rerolls in this system
Oh my
is
gosh.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna
you have
see.
no fucking clue, Dan. Yeah, when you want to burn a reroll, go ahead and do your
Damn it.
roll, do your push. And then if you want to do a reroll, I let you redo the original one, negating the push. That way you don't take that damage.
My god. I got what 1, 2, 5 total failures off of 4 rolls.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So yeah, Sed's there like, I heard they're from the Redmond Barrens, but I'm not sure. They could also be. I'm just. You're not sure what part of town
Hey,
their
we could
base
always
is at.
ask. We could ask like a broker or something. I bet one of us has got a contact that can confirm
Yeah.
that. for
Yeah.
Or
us.
if one of you other two haven't rolled, want to try it.
I rolled and I only got 3.
I
Lore.
can't believe that. It's so bad.
I mean,
I'm not sure what Bugsy's car of death might have to do with his pride. Maybe he'll know something about people who like to blow crap up.
Unfortunately, my car of death. All my pride is being a good driver. However, I
Oh,
do
crap.
I do have a lot of wits, so I will give that a lore test.
Hey.
Yeah.
Ooh, sweet.
Yeah. You know, Halloweeners definitely based out of Redmond Barrens. You know that they, like I said, chaos incarnate, and they are constantly at war with other gangs. Yeah. I mean, Redmond Barrens. You know the haunt, and I'll even tell you what, you know their regular base, which is called the Jack-o'-lanterns. Fucking shitty ass bar in the Redmond Barrens.
Of course it is.
And if you look at that data, that lines up with the location data from what Sed was able to pull.
Nice.
They're one of them go bike gangs, so it's essentially a modern day motorcycle gang or future motorcycle gang.
Hover motorcycle gang.
Hover motorcycles. It doesn't go on water though.
Well,
Do
of
they
course
have
not.
like
That would-
any active warrants out for them?
Yeah, probably a shitload.
Probably tons. The police
So,
don't police anymore.
What if we dump like this info that we fed them to the police? Just be like, hey, there's gonna be a bunch of these bikers showing up at this place.
I'll tell you what specifically, because you would know this. Redmond Barrens, little if any police activity. They don't
But
fucking
they'll
go
be
there.
heading downtown
Yeah,
in 6 days.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
yeah,
if
if
we-
you want to give an anonymous tip,
Yeah.
you could.
I'll even personally contact
Oh, you want to reach out to your
Lieutenant
contacts?
Max Mulder to
Mhm.
let him know that in 6 days' time they're going to be headed to an abandoned warehouse in the downtown area.
What you might need to frame it a little bit, stage a trade all inclusive. You know, your agents, your people, stage a trade. Halloweeners will
Yep.
be there.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough, Jake. Harlthok, you call up your contact. He's happy for the news. He's like, I really don't know if the Chief's going to want to go against the Halloweeners. I mean, that's just bad news for everyone, but I'll pass it along. You know, at least I can warn to get our people out of the way if he doesn't want to do anything with it.
Mhm.
All right, just figured you could use a little payback for that favor you did for me a while back.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. If I can't use it to bust some skulls, then I'll at least use it to make sure none of our guys get busted up.
Good, 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 good.
All right, cool.
Sweet.
So we're almost at 1 a.m. here. So I think that is a good resting point.
I think so.
We'll come back in a week. We'll pick up, see if you all want to go scout out that warehouse or what you want to do. Go fuck around at the jack-o'-lantern. Or if you just want to say, fuck this, you can see if you can find yourself some work elsewhere.
Yeah. I mean,
But
pretty much it's just
Yeah.
going to be, if that site looks completely indefensible and real sketch, like we'll die if we go there, then we'll say no. Other than that, probably
It
gonna
might
say
be a
yes. We're
matter of
already
like
pretty deep on Boris.
creativity.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. All right. So let's go through some XP questions. Did you participate in a game session? You get an XP for that. Did you learn anything?
Oh yeah.
few
Yeah.
things.
Did you make a new contact?
Yeah.
You met Boris,
Yep.
but it's
Mhm.
you don't know. He's not necessarily willing to help you in the future. So I'm not going to give you that one yet. So we're still at
Okay.
2.
All right. All right.
Once you get, if you take this job and Boris agrees to be a data broker for you, then you'll get that XP.
All right. That's
Okay.
fair.
Yeah.
Did you get into something or somewhere without permission? That's a solid yes right there.
Okay.
Did you make any new yin? Yeah.
A lot.
Quite a bit.
Did you make a new enemy? No, I don't think so.
I don't think we did, which is good. I like
Yeah, that's
saying
good.
no to this one.
Did you activate your pride? Harlthok, you definitely get that one.
Mhm.
Anyone suffer from their dark secret?
Not yet.
No.
Didn't suffer from
Maybe.
it. Mine
Okay.
came up a little bit, but
All right. I do need to go through those and start finding ways to weave those into the stories. We also didn't really do anything with the buddy rivals, which is fine because I didn't get those experience points loaded out tonight anyway, or
Yep.
those questions loaded up anyway.
Oh,
did you risk
even
your
had one
life?
picked.
Yeah. Did you risk your life for another PC? Anyone feel like they can make that argument?
I think we all did our jobs just fine.
Okay. So that's
Yeah.
all right.
yeah, not really for another PC.
Did you perform any kind of extraordinary action? Does anyone think they can take that? No, it's pretty run of the mill. So what is that? Well, 4 to 5 XP.
4.
Yeah, I got 4.
So also you got a job done. I'm going to come up with some reputation questions. I haven't yet, but you all did get a job done.
Mhm.
So take a point of reputation for that as well.
And we did it clean too.
You did it
I mean,
clean, give or
Yeah,
take.
which I'm very surprised.
Cleanish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 90% clean.
You tidied up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still horse tranquilizers and a concussion involved,
I
but
don't know something happened, but not who.
We
or
need to
why.
get more of those. That was awesome.
We'll have 2 guys on the second floor. Is like, this place is haunted. Fuck this place.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
People will know
Security guard's gonna have
something happened,
PTSD.
but no one will know who or why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. There's our questions. Everyone should definitely be over 5. The way I'm doing it more like the alien version of XP, where just everything costs 5 XP. The Forbidden Lands, it's a multiplier depending on where you're going. We're just going to do 5 XP. So everyone should definitely have enough for an upgrade somewhere. You can spend that on skills or you can spend that on talents.
Okay.
So, or I may or may not. I may also let you do 5 XP for a pot of new yen, but I don't know how much new yen I would give over yet. My initial reaction is 5,000. That's about what you would get for doing a job. So I think maybe we'll go with that for now. So you can increase a skill point with 5
5 for
XP.
5.
Yeah, you can buy a talent for 5 XP, or you can gain yourself an extra 5,000
During
new
character
yen.
creation, sacrificing 1 point was 5K. So yeah.
Yeah, let's just go with that. So those are 3 things you can spend XP on.
Sweet.
So some
Can
other
you
things
buy
I do.
attributes with that?
No.
Or no?
Your attributes are
I
I
locked.
thought so. Okay.
Yeah. A couple other things I'm going to start trying to incorporate is I want to do a. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. I want to do because Forbidden Lands has a, your home base kind of thing. Stronghold. So I want to do like, your base of operations. So you can have a base and you can spend money to do upgrades to your base to get you more functionality out of it. I haven't
Pay
decided
for a
how
low
that's going to look
lifestyle,
yet.
which I just have decided is a crappy, like roach infested apartment that I call my quote unquote office.
Yeah, that's fine. This would be something
Like on
more like
apartment
it's the team.
708, and then below that, Carl Talk Gordon and PI.
It's
Yeah.
our team office that we rent at a building.
Could be.
It's a warehouse in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, we'll call that the session. Despite our many technical issues, thanks for watching, everyone. I don't know what the fuck's going on with my ISP. Last test I did, I had 9 going out, which is about average. I don't fucking know. My upload screwed up, and I'm very worried about the 2 games that I have tomorrow.
Decker Kane's working too hard on the wrong things.
Yeah, very much so. For the stream for Saturday, if my ISP isn't being a total dick, 1 p.m. we've got Forbidden Lands. 9 p.m. we have The Darkest House. Sunday, Jake and I will be over on Steam, Steel, and Murder for some Shadowrun. Monday's UVG, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Joe, Dan, and I will be over on twitch.tv/Lollygaggers for some UVG. Next Wednesday, we'll be rocking out some more Pathfinder. And then next Friday, we'll be right back here for more Shadowrun. And hopefully Alex's eye will behave itself and he can join back in on the fun. So yeah, I don't know. That's all I fucking got.
Check our Discord.
Check out our Discord. There's fucking link for the Discord. Join it. Hang out with us.
Pinged 50 times for whenever stream.
Fucking Christ. I'm sorry for everyone in the Discord who got all those pings.
Get pinged to death.
I've been so debating about disabling that just because it's such a pain in the ass because it never goes out when I want it to. Yeah. I don't know.
You gotta start
We'll figure it
streaming
out.
a solid 5 minutes ahead of time when you want the notification to go out.
Yeah. Anyway, so until we see you next time, start fires, do drugs, and go get your fucking booster shot because Omicron Percy I8 is coming for you.
That's right.
And Joe, you can hit the button whenever you want, man.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Later.
Bye.